The following program is intended for mature audiences.
A democratic republic of sports. The Sportsocracy with ESPN Asheville hosts Tank Spencer and Jeremy Greene.
Welcome into the Wicked Weed Studios, wickedweedbrewing.com. Drink different. I'm Jeremy Greene of ESPN Radio. This is Brian Haynes, and this is the Baltimore Ravens 3-round mock draft brought to you by the Sportsocracy. Be sure to click the beer icon in the bottom right-hand corner so you'll know every time we go live, weekdays, every weekday morning at 9 a.m. And we will also be live for every pick of the 2021 NFL Draft as they happen, instant analysis from us, podcasters from all over the country. We will be here, your one-stop shop of the NFL Draft. Brian, Baltimore seems to have lost a lot in the offseason to me with Matthew Judon, Yannick Ngakoue, but I still believe this is a very talented team. If you were running the Ravens, what would you be looking for on April 29th in the 2021 NFL Draft?
I think first and foremost that they got to go get a wide receiver, someone with some height or maybe some differences in them. I think that Marquise Brown being a really small wide receiver. I know Mark Andrews is one of their biggest targets. They need some more help on the outside. I know losing the two edge rushers, they need to pick up an edge rusher. I believe linebacker is something that they need to address as well, and maybe something on the defensive line.
I agree with all of that. I think they need an edge rusher. That's their primary need to me to replace Judon and Ngakoue. With the 27th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Baltimore Ravens select Zaven Collins, linebacker from Tulsa. There are very few scheme fits to team that I like as much as I like Zaven Collins with the Ravens. He is a freak of nature, and I think he has Hall of Fame level talent. That's how good this player is. The thing about him is that it's going to be in the eye of the beholder because he won't fit every scheme. I think if you intend on throwing this guy out there as a 4-3 defensive end, you're going to be disappointed. Yeah. I think if you play him as an off-ball linebacker in a 3-4, I think you're going to be disappointed. I think he's a pass rusher in a 3-4 that can be used as a chess piece. The way I said about Isaiah Simmons, he's that good athletically. He was not always a great tackler. He improved that last year. And I think he will continue to improve it. If you don't know his story, you can find it on any YouTube channel that literally just search Zaven Collins' name. It's unbelievable. Yeah. Brian, what are your thoughts on Zaven Collins?
He's absolutely one of my favorite players in this entire draft. He's first-team All-American, stat-stuffing machine. I mean, this guy does absolutely everything. He destroys blockers. He never gives up on plays. He just has a motor that just keeps on going. It seems like he never gets tired. He's ready to rock and roll. He does need to improve a little bit on the diagnosis of play. He relies on his athleticism and his speed a lot more than he probably should. But this just screams to me one of those Baltimore defensive guys that you're going to see playing for 10 to 15 years in this system and just destroying it.
With the 58th pick in the second round, Brian, you said Zaven Collins is one of your favorite players in the draft. Yeah. With their second rounder, they take one of my favorite players in this draft, Amon-Ra St. Brown from USC. To me, this is a guy that can be really high level in the NFL if you put him in the right scenario. And I think Baltimore can be that. The biggest knock on this kid is he's not very good against press coverage. He runs a full route tree. Yep. I think he attacks the football. He consistently makes the first man miss. I really love the tape on this guy. I know a lot of people are down on him because he's not explosive and he doesn't run by you. You want me to tell you how you mitigate that? Put Marquise Hollywood Brown on the other side of him and have Lamar Jackson being the quarterback throwing to him. I think this is just the level of receiver that they need.
I got to agree with everything you said. This guy has played inside and outside. He scrambles incredibly well with the quarterback. And what does Lamar Jackson do? Scrambles a lot, gets on the outside. He finds the quarterback. He knows where he needs to go in that situation. He does need to get better on press coverage. But other than that, I mean, everything just screams this, and it fits so perfectly in Baltimore. I can't unsee it now.
I mean, it's one of those things that I look at and I can't get away from it. Yeah. I really can't. I think he would be a tremendous fit in this offense. I'm really hoping this happens. I'm a Jets fan. I love Amon-Ra St. Brown. I don't think he fits with the Jets. I think he would fit tremendously with the Baltimore Ravens. With their third-round pick at 105, this is a comp pick. I have them taking James Hudson, an offensive tackle from Cincinnati. I'm going to let you start on James Hudson, then I'm going to tell you why I like this pick so much to Baltimore.
He's pretty raw and athletic with really strong hands. He's still a big kid, 6'5", 313. He really screams out like a zone blocking lineman to me. He is inexperienced still, and he needs to get better in pass protection, but it's not like Lamar Jackson is dropping back 40 to 50 times a game.
So this is a kid that started at Michigan. He was a defensive lineman that converted to offensive line. He has not even scratched the surface on what he can do. Mm-hmm. He has unbelievable ability to play in space. I think he's freakishly athletic for a man that's 6'5", 310. The negative is that he does sometimes look like a defensive tackle that converted to play offensive tackle.
Yeah.
You're going to have to be patient with him. Mm-hmm. I've watched Baltimore develop lineman after lineman after lineman. And I look at the talent on this kid and the raw ability and the raw metrics, things that you cannot teach. I can't teach a kid to be 6'5", 310 and be this light on his feet. I can't do it. And he's very good in space, which lends itself to Lamar Jackson because he does so many things from outside the pocket.
Right.
This is another one of those. I can't get away from the fit.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say that he doesn't start as a guard in the league. I think ultimately he ends up as a right tackle, and I think he would be a phenomenal tackle with Lamar Jackson. Live from the Wicked Weed Studios, this has been the Baltimore Ravens 3-round mock draft. I'm Jeremy Greene of ESPN Radio. He's Brian Haynes. Make sure to click the beer icon in the bottom right-hand corner so you'll know every time we go live, including every pick of the 2021 NFL Draft. As always, we're brought to you by Wicked Weed Brewing, wickedweedbrewing.com. Drink different.